I gave everything up, and I have $500, and I say, and I will move there, and I didn't know where I was going to sleep. When I met my wife 7 years after that, 7 years after that, when I reached out to her, she had a cover on a Facebook page, and it was a Café de Flore. It's a really famous coffee shop in Paris. And I talked to her, I said, why you had this? She said, you know what? I always said to my parents, she was living in Montreal, my husband is not living in Montreal. It will be a French guy and black from Paris. I'm really happy to be here. And I want to give you like the praise of being one of the few persons that I know that talk about something and make it happen.
Sometimes I'm sure you can relate, hopefully you can. But when something is meant to happen and meant to be, things just flow and doors open. People come into your life that make it a reality. Because I am very much a micromanager when it comes to the things that I am involved in.
When COVID happened, I talked to wealthy people and I said, I know exactly what's going to happen. This COVID, after COVID, you will see the richer will get richer and the poor will get poor. The people that will see this as an opportunity, what's going to be changed? Everyone is moving online. Can I create content? Now people are consuming more at home, delivery stuff. All those things, it's either you make money or you went down during this COVID. And I literally saw it. And I saw me personally skyrocket. My wealth during the COVID went up.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Very, very good, man.
Thank you for joining us today, joining me, us, the team around. So we can start with just a brief introduction. But before, I'd like to thank you again because it means a lot for you to join this podcast. We've talked about this podcast for a very long time.
Yes.
And you got me very, let's say, excited along the way of making this happen to actually go through with it. And today we sit in our little set and we view big set. The team definitely contributed in making this a reality. Yes. I was just, I played a small role in it, let's just say that. But yeah, you are our second guest today. Podcast is currently titled Scaling with Sultan. Still a working title. We just want to get started. Want to get the ball rolling and see where it goes. And I would like for you, maybe, I know you, we're neighbors, but I would like for you to introduce yourself to our audience.
So before I introduce myself, I just wanted to mention something. I'm really happy to be here. And I want to give you like the praise of being one of the few persons that I know that talk about something and make it happen. You have this capacity. This is something I really want you, Jones, to know because we talk about it and here we are today. So you have like two things that are really, really think that is valuable. You have the capacity of having an idea and quickly make it happen, make it for real. And the second one is to get people, find the people, because this is something, and I will go through it through this interview, is the power of being able to find a person and delegate. This is still something that I need to work on, but on your side, this is the power of being able to, delegate and to find the right person instead of trying to do everything on your own. And this is the result of today. So before we get into this interview, I wanted to give you the proper phrase and let everyone knows one of your power.
I appreciate you saying that. It really means a lot. It's all mainly thanks to God. I mean, sometimes I'm sure you can relate, hopefully you can, but when something is meant to happen and meant to be,
yes,
things just flow and doors open. People come into your life that make it a reality versus other situations where you just can feel that there's resistance. It's not working, right? And that gut feeling is like, maybe, okay, that's not the right thing to do. But when it came to the podcast, along with other things, it was just happening. It took a while. Of course, we're busy. We have a business to run, and there's many other things to attend to. But things clicked, right? People came into the picture. They took accountability for certain things. A lot of things I don't even know how to do, right? I don't even know half of the things set up here. I don't even know how they came to be. So yeah, thanks to God and the people around me that made this possible.
Yes, and you mentioned something that is really important, and then I will come to introduce myself. But because the title is scale with Sultan, the key of the scaling is to delegate. How you can scale if you're not able to delegate. And this is one I always say, your superpower is you don't even see yourself doing the things. You have the idea, and then you say, okay, who do I need to reach out in order to make this happen? And this is one of the things. There is the process in the scaling, but there is the other P, and usually they say it's a process and people. But the second one is the people. How do you first get out of your own way to see it? Because me, I still something I have to work on. When I have an idea, okay, let me do it by myself. But it's the worst things that you can do. This is anti-scaling. I would do another episode where I would create a podcast. I would be how to anti-scaling with JY.
If you've scaled too fast, too much, I will help you.
So the anti-scaling is just, it's just doing, wanted to do things by yourself, which when you is the totally opposite, is that you don't even, so you say half of this, I don't even know how it came here, but I don't mind. I look at the vision. I want to have this podcast. I want to create contents, to share it to the world, to bring values, to entertain, to inform people, to teach people. So that's the most important. The rest, people will find out. There are people that are better than me with the camera, the lighting, everything. They will come to my life and they will join the mission. So that's why. So this is the rule. I think people, they listen, they will get it from this episode. From the scaling is really the art to delegate it. Don't think that you can do everything on your own. It doesn't have to be perfect.
I mean, I'll share something. It's unsolicited advice. Take it with a grain of salt. But since we touched on this topic, I think because I'm learning how to delegate more and more, just because I'm doing it does not mean that I am very good at it. I don't want to reject your compliment. I very much appreciate it. But from internally, I can tell you that there's a lot of battles before handing over something to somebody. So it's not as easy as it seems, because I am very much micro when it comes to a micromanager when it comes to the things that I am involved in. So what I learned to get people around your objectives, a very powerful or a very useful factor is to share the objective, the mission with others along the way. Because if you keep it only inside here, the motivation and the bigger picture remains only within here. But if you put it out there, it attracts the right people and also keeps them motivated towards where we're headed. That I find, and I'm saying this while I'm reflecting on the process I'm going through. And because I ask myself, you pointed it out previously, you are good at delegating, and I disagreed with you initially, but it got me thinking, okay, no, there is something right in what I'm doing. So let's not just reject this idea and let's dissect it. Let's look into it. Why did this work? And I think the big part of it is sharing the bigger picture with the rest of the team, having them on board with the vision. It might shift along the way, but if you have them on board, they will also keep you accountable and surprise you with things that maybe are better than what you had in mind.
That makes sense. But there is also another thing within this is that you talk about. For me, this is how to attract, I would say, people have them stick. Usually people, they give orders, do this, do that, and then it's not the way, or people at some point they just burn out and then they leave for some reason because they say you don't share them the vision, you just beat them task, So what you do also is good because the people that get into this project, they know why they are getting into it, and they know where they are going. This is super important. But something that it's a question. It's a question. It's the transition, and maybe it's something that is organic. This is what sometimes you might just say, oh, no, me, I'm rejecting the compliment because you don't even think that you have this on your own. But it's the transition from I have the idea, I have the podcast in my mind, this is where I would like to go, to transit on I'm not going to do it myself. Who can I reach out in this big world in order to have this today? And for me, it's the friction, that's kind of uncomfortable. How can I articulate things? And it doesn't mean that I'm not delegate. I delegate, but I did more because I have so many things on my plate, so many things I want to realize in this world before I left this world, that I'm like, I need to be better on this. And I think for me is really the friction on, I can do it now. And still I say, no, sit down, reflect, and say how I'm going to organize myself to find this. This is for me, I think it's, I just maybe if you can elaborate on this, is it a friction or you don't even think about it because you don't have this worry in your brain? You understand?
It's a big worry I have.
You have this worry of
Getting the
brain of the ideas and then starting to do on yourself, by yourself, or you don't have this wire, because I have a friend, he have like a multi-million-dollar business. These guys, since day one, is this connection is deactivated. So that means even he doesn't do groceries. He doesn't do anything. It's like everything delegation. So for him, it's literally say, I don't have this wire. So this is what I'm asking is, do you have this wire or you don't have it?
No, I have it, and for me, the switch flipped recently. Starting the business on my own with the virtual assistant, pretending to be a company early on, meeting clients, doing the operations, doing the sales, everything. So you get very much addicted to that way of operating of business.
By yourself.
By yourself. You're doing everything. It was very difficult to let go of certain responsibilities. But once it works and you see positive outcome of letting go, it becomes addicting. Then it becomes quite dangerous, in my opinion. Maybe some things you should not let go just yet. But it's all about, it's so difficult in the beginning. And I still have that in the back of my mind because I want to do everything. And I start everything on my own. But then there is that point where I'm overwhelmed and, okay, just take it away from my hands. You do it, you do that, and see if it works. And if they can return back whoever you delegated the work to with something according to what you had in mind. So right now it's a matter of, maybe I'm not answering this in the best way possible, but right now
that's interesting. Go ahead.
It's a matter of necessity. I can no longer, I've opened too many doors. I've already started delegating. People are working on certain things. And because when you delegate, then you open your time up to doing more things, right? So now delegation is a necessity to survive and scale.
Okay, I see.
Beginning was difficult. Now there's no way around it but to delegate.
Okay. But because it's interesting what you mentioned, because you said that, this is why I was asking if you have this wire, and you have, and what is interesting is that you go to the friction point of is overwhelming. So then you say, I have to delegate. So that means you always start trying to do it by yourself, and then you get to the point of the friction of overwhelming, and then you say, I know I can't, I need people. When people, they're gonna still running into this rabbit hole, or they will just give up. So what I learned from this is that you will get to this, and then you will say, you know what, I need to hire someone. But now what you're saying is also interesting, is that now you have so many things on your plate that by obligation, by necessity now, I can do it by myself. It's impossible. I cannot have a business or lead generation, a tech company, etc., a podcast, and I can do it by myself. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
So now I'm setting up, this is another strategy, put so many things in place.
Yes.
So the only way to survive is to delegate. But what I found most of the time is that people, they will just give up. You see? So that's in another way that is good for to sharing to the world, is that don't give up and literally go through the friction of finding people to support you in this project.
I'll share with you another point, because there is learning to delegate is just a start. But then what happened to me, and this is what I'm facing right now, this is what I'm, I don't want to say struggling. No, it's not a struggle. It's just a learning, it's an experience I'm going through. It's a development phase. What I'm learning to do right now, and I'm reading a lot about it, is how to better activate people. Because naturally, and I do believe that we share a trait of, I want to do it myself, because my way, the way I see it, is best to create. So giving up a part of you and trusting someone to do it is quite a hassle. Say you learn, okay, now you have the ability to delegate. What will happen, and I'm very guilty of this, when you give someone the task and they come back to you with something that does not align with what you had in mind. I speak for myself. I get frustrated and I lose patience. And what happens is that, no, this is not a good idea. I need to do it myself, and then I don't have time. I cannot do it myself. And that cycle of frustration, where is it even worth doing this? But rather, for me, I caught myself, I'm guilty of not giving proper feedback. I need to learn how to properly activate this individual. I need to have more patience and understanding of, maybe it's the first time this individual had to do something like this. Most likely it is the first time. I just came up with the idea yesterday, and I'm now asking him or her to help me with it, right? Sometimes I haven't even done it. I've done it here, but did I do it in real life? So you need to be patient. And I think this is something that will be maybe easier for parents, because you will be able to have more patience with people, understand the position that they are in, and handle the situation more carefully. You get what I'm saying, hopefully, right? So I'm working on myself to eventually or essentially help others perform the task better.
But this is the next phase, and I would say management or delegation. The first is to delegate the task. Wherever, no matter what, how it's done, is to delegate.
Yeah.
But then the second phase is that, how do you now manage the people to make it the way you would like them to do it, or at least as close as possible, and ultimately having people that will also train people to make it this. This is another level, you understand? So this is where you see like a company scaling. That there is like little baby, it's like you have a baby and then have another baby.
Train the trainer.
Yeah, train the trainer. Yeah. So this is that it's just showing that now you have this phase. Now you went through the test of delegate, this friction. Are you good at delegate? Now it's another stage, is how do I manage people? And then after that, how do I manage people that will manage people? That we know you have another layer, because you no longer, because now you're a direct, I would say, direct manager with these people. But then after that, we have multiple layers. So now you will make sure that the people that they are responsible for, they are also teaching well, training them in a certain way. They understand the vision, the objective, and other things. So it's another one. And that means you at this stage. Congrats.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna
Jump back and introduce you. We got to do
with
it.
me. That is fine. It's I like it. It's a good conversation, and it was a natural way to get about the subject of scaling, which scaling is delegation at some point. But getting back to me, my name is Jean-Yves Cadus. I'm an entrepreneur in the tech industry. So mostly building software, AI solution. Also a real estate investor in Canada. And yeah, that's pretty much it. In the past, I was working for a big data center company as a marketing director. So I was there for 5 years before I moved to Dubai. And then, yeah, we'll have the time to maybe go specifically to a certain stage period of my life. But mostly now I'm really being into the tech industry and building SaaS custom solution for our customers and everything that related to AI for the manufacturers and the logistic industry.
But that's there's a lot to talk about, and we can take things. I mean, the business route, also personal. I know you for some time now. You're definitely someone that I very much enjoy having conversations, multi-faceted type of conversations. Business is always interesting, but also on the spiritual front. So it's quite tricky to pick a lane to and to address with you today, because in many ways you have very interesting opinions and perspectives of things. So what I will do is I will let you tell me what you want to start to talk about.
We can talk about. For me, everything is related. Things that the people think that that's a spirituality, personal, family, and business. They're not related. It's a big lie. Everything is related.
Sure.
So for me, we can talk about the business at some point. We cannot talk about the life. You know what? We can start to talk about my life, and then at some point it will bring us to technology, to business, and then Dubai, and then spirituality, religion. We can go and like this on. So we can start. Yeah, ask me anything.
So Jean-Yves, do you prefer Jean or Jean-Yves?
No, Jean-Yves, go ahead.
Jean-Yves. So where is Jean-Yves from?
So from I will go from my parents, because this is I think really important. If I start with my parents, they are originally from Haiti, a small island in the Caribbean. So my parents, they born there, and they left in the 70s. So they left Haiti, that was at this time under a dictator. So they moved. They went first to Guadeloupe. So for people that don't know, it's a small island also in the Caribbean, but it's French, because it used to be but still under the French government. So they moved there. They had my 2 sisters over there. So then after they became automatically French, and then me, they moved to Paris a couple years later. I born there. And then, yeah, I grew up born and grew up in Paris. So this is where I spent the first half of my life. And then, yeah, and then a couple of 5 years after that, I decided to move like this in Canada.
On your own?
Yes, on my own, based on I don't know if we talk about it.
Never.
Never. So I will share the story. I was in France, in Paris. Normal life, okay life, not great, and by any means. And then at some point, I was single, and then I was starting to have dreams about Canada, and specifically Montreal. And believe it or not, I never went there before. But it was weird. I had those type of dreams, and there was really strong dreams that would wake me up during the night. And I had this vision of the cities, and I was like, why Montreal, you know? And then at some point, it was so intense that I said, something is speaking to me, and I need to move. And at some point, I literally gave up my apartment. I chose a flight, and I say, I'm gonna move to Montreal.
Is it common, or was it common back then for people from France to move to Montreal?
No. There was not that many people,
Hmm.
and especially 20 years ago. And then just a dream that I met a couple of times, and it was so strong that I was like, it's weird. There is something related to this, and then I say, I need to go. And I never went there before. And I literally, after some reflection, I said, I will get back my apartment, and I will resign to my job, and I will move to Canada.
So you went with the intention to move there?
Yeah, I gave everything up,
Uh-huh.
and I have $500.
Uh-huh.
And I say, and I will move there, and I didn't know where I was going to sleep. So I booked the ticket, and literally the ticket for was on October 22nd, 2005.
2005.
Yeah.
And this is not social media where like you can easily see how life is.
No.
This is
No. It's crazy. And so I booked the ticket, and I didn't know where I was going to sleep. So when I went to get a paper at the embassy, like a few weeks before I left, and still haven't figured out where I was going to live, then I met a guy at the embassy. It was during the line, and then he said, we talk, and he said, I'm going to study in Montreal for 3 years. I will do HEC. It's a big business school in France and Canada. And then the guy say, my parents, they rent an apartment for me, and will be two people. And I say, you know what, me, I'm going to come. I have no place to live. And I say, are you kidding? I said, I don't know, my dear. Where are you going to stay? I said, I don't know. So this guy said this. This guy is weird. He said, you know what? He said, so he said, so I'm arriving, like I'm going there next week, and contact me. At this time, it was the MSN Messenger. I don't know if you remember.
of course.
So he say, here my Hotmail address. Contact me on Messenger, and then I will give you all the information. And then it's when I took the flight, and then I arrived, and he had the couch, and say, I have no place, so everything is already filled up. So you can just take my couch, and he give you some time to find your way around and get your stuff, your paperwork, and find a job, and then an apartment. So I stayed there for about a month. So that was
What was the intention when it comes to like how were you planning to support yourself? Were you looking for a specific type of job?
zero, man. I was like, I will go there. Just to remember, I didn't know about the country. I didn't know about I don't know nothing about.
Even the French they speak is different.
Yeah. So me, I was like, you know what? I'll figure it out. But the calling was so strong.
Yes.
I say, God will prepare something for me there. And long story short, when I met my wife, how many years after that? 7 years after that.
7 years after.
7 years after that. When I reached out to her, she had a cover on a Facebook page, and it was a Café de Flore. It's a really famous coffee place in Paris, coffee shop in Paris. And I talked to her, and I said, why you have this? She said, you know what? I always said to my parents, she was living in Montreal, my husband is not living in Montreal. It will be a French guy and black from Paris. Hey,
What are the odds?
yeah, you understand?
I mean, yeah.
It was clear for her. She told to the parents, she was really young. Say, my husband is not going to come from here. It's going to be a guy, black man from France and from Paris. So then I flew. I met my wife.
Took a while, but you
Took a while, and that's it. And funny story. And that's why I have this calling. When I married my wife, and then I remember she posted a picture on Instagram of our wedding, and then there is a lady. I will just look at the comments, see the post, saw the post, and look at the comments, and then there was a comment. A lady, she was like, "You were right, you were right," and I said, and with caps, and I said, "What is this, honey? This lady's comments, you were right, you were right. What does it mean? What does it mean?" You said, she was my roommate at this time when I met you. And she said the second day that we had, I went back to our apartment. I was jumping everywhere. And she said, I found my husband. And so the lady, when she saw the picture of the wedding, she said, "You were right." My wife, she said, I never told you. But second date, I said, "This is my husband, Carlos. Now I can do my things. I can focus on my school." She was like, "Yeah, done. It's finished." She said, "I call it to God. I have it on my cover. I was really precise of what I want as a man. And God brought it to me. So the minute you came to my life, I said, hello, I know it's him."
The crazy part is that it was very specific. Very specific, yeah.
So really? Yeah. So that was really the funny part of it. And so it just confirmed this goal that I had. I couldn't understand. But now when I put all the pieces together, I said, okay, that makes sense. So I had, this calling, and I said, I need to follow this. I don't know what is it. It's coming from a higher purpose, but I need to follow it. And I'm glad that I did. So that was story that brought me to Canada.
We've had a few conversations about callings and some callings that you've been blessed with in your life. And hearing about them amazed me, honestly. And made me think as well. When it comes to calling, some people would just call it luck. Others would see it differently. But I think it takes quite a lot to see these callings, hear these callings, and accept them.
That's powerful.
It takes a lot of courage.
That's true.
And you took it to the next level. You had a dream and decided to shift continents with no plan.
No plan.
Took a while as well for things to click.
Exactly. But remember for those who haven't watched it, I always recommend to go to the, they call it the announcement. What's the name for this? But Steve Jobs, when he went to university and he gave a speech to the student that just get graduated. And it's a really nice speech for those who haven't. I really highly suggest to go and to watch the Steve Jobs. I think they call it announcement or finishment, whatever one.
The
graduations.
Yeah.
At Stanford, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And long story short, but at the end, it say you can only connect dots backwards, not forwards. So you have to take this courage to jump, to take those risks, and then look back and say, oh my God, now I understand. Oh, I had this calling. Understand? But you need to have this courage and to also accept that you will not have the answer on the spot. Accept it. You will have this calling. You will do this move. People will call you crazy. You don't understand why, but take it. And then 5 years down the road, you say, oh my God, now I understand. Thanks God. And the more you will listen to those calls, and the more you will have later on the confirmation of what it was, and the more you will after that get the courage. And for me, in my prayers, I always ask God to show me the signs.
Mhm.
It's always come in two parts. So please show me the signs. Show me the signs where I need to go, because this world is sometimes chaotic. So many things
Now more than ever.
more than ever. So sometimes I say, show me the signs. Show me the signs. And then the second part of my asking is, give me the courage to act on those signs. And getting back to your point is that give me the courage. Because sometimes you will see the sign, brother. Oh my God. You will see, you need to take, this decision will have a lot of impact. But you need the courage to say, you know what, I'm going to act on this, and give me the courage. Because so many people, they are in a bad place in the life. And this is also something I want to share, is because they haven't got the courage to take this decision. So they always get freeze, and then years passed, and then they end up in a situation that they make them really sad, and they don't understand why. This is exactly why.
I would add also the courage, or even sometimes the ignorance.
Explain.
You know the saying, ignorance is bliss, or can be bliss. Sometimes understanding too much works against you. Sometimes, in my opinion, is even if I don't get the courage, let me trip and stumble my way into something that can be good. I do believe that, because looking back, and I don't want to go too much into my journey, and we'll leave that for another day, because I want to focus the conversation on you today. But certain decisions I took made no sense at all. Looking back now, how did you think that this was gonna work? It is, you didn't prepare, you didn't do your research, you decided to launch a business that was set up for failure from the get-go. It was a mistake to think that this would work, and it did not work. But that led to something else that did work. You see? So I think courage is a big one, but sometimes just having the right intention with a bit of ignorance.
But I have a question for you, because this is, we can separate it in different parts. There is there, it's better sometimes to don't know. This is the ignorance is a blessing sometimes, or it's you asking yourself too many questions, and then you're getting to a rabbit hole. It is never ending, because you'll never have all the answers. So for me, getting back, and I can combine this in the same profile. Sometimes I see people, and especially the ones that have that much diplomas, the engineers, the PhD, whatever. Every time they're the one that taking no action. Why? Like, they know too much, and they're asking this themselves too many questions. Never, they can't, they freeze.
Analysis paralysis.
Analysis paralysis. So those one usually, and this is where there is also another book that I like. It's I think it's grade. It was what, grade C or D. Why A grades they work for C grade to D grades? You understand? So it's that, because the D grade, it doesn't care. It's like, doesn't asking you 10 questions. It's like, I will find out that down the road, and I don't know what I don't know. So, and the grade A, it's like, nah, man, I need to know everything. I need to analyze everything, and then you're losing the momentum. And sometimes, especially in business, you know this more than me. It's about the windows of opportunity. Talking about AI, talking about podcasts, first mover advantage. Imagine the first person that opened the Instagram page. Imagine yoga that took the yoga at yoga. You don't know. She says doesn't know what she was doing. Down the road now, it's worth millions.
Courage and ignorance, a combination which I think can be very magical.
Courage and this is the opposite, but not the opposite. But just to close your point, it was mostly, I like what you said, that ignorance, it's good, but I say I don't know, and this one is really hard when people, they ask themselves too many questions, and they don't understand that at some point, guys, you will not have the answers. That's the way it is. It's the name of the game.
You're asking questions and not taking action, whereas other people might not be asking any questions, but just are taking more actions, which some might fail, but some might work. So it's a combination. There's many conversations. I had one with recently with our head of operations. He's based in Pakistan, and we're talking about different types of businesses, business models. And he was telling me, Sultan, I've met quite a lot of wealthy people in traditional industries. And I asked many of them, how did you become successful? And he said a lot of them have zero education level. They can barely read or write, but yet they have and they don't come from money. They do not come from wealth, but they somehow built wealth that is unimaginable. Just abundance of wealth through traditional industries like concrete manufacturing, cement production, these types of industries. And the common answer he received is, don't think too much, take action. And taking decisive action with confidence, with a lot of ignorance, false confidence, it can be very, very, very good. So it's a double-edged sword. Now, with that, maybe you might not make it in a technical field. If you're going to open a pharma manufacturing, start making vaccines, okay, no, you need to hire the right people if you want to stand a chance. But it's quite an interesting way. But since we're talking about traditional industries, I saw this video online, which I found very interesting, and I would love to hear about your opinion. They were describing what they named it as, might be butchering it, but the K economy. The concept of the K economy, I'm butchering it for sure, but the idea is very simple. The letter K, you've got the upward tick and the downward one, K. For the longest time ever, the upwards were individuals who are wealthy, own assets, and those assets appreciate over time, which ultimately increases the net worth of the individual, their wealth. And then there is the lower tick of that K, which are the working class who are making due, paying their, for example, if they have a mortgage, breaking even, making sure that they are surviving. They are the working class. For the longest time now, it has been very possible to move and shift between the lower tick and the upper tick through different means. One is business, providing value. You could set up an agency, start building websites. People will pay you in exchange for that value, and then you can make money to then invest into owning properties, real estate. You are an investor yourself, so you understand how that works and the value of that. But now that window is closing in. A lot of high, let's say, like very recognizable profiles like Elon Musk and others who are at the forefront of the AI space are talking about this, and they are highlighting that window is closing in simply because that value is now taken care of by AI. Very soon, agencies that provide websites will be made redundant because any user for free can jump on one of those AI models and create a website instantly. And that's moving into other service-based models currently who are people utilizing to earn a living. So that window is closing in. Would you agree with this, where we're headed, where it's going to be more difficult to create wealth and move between those ticks?
What do you mean?
To move between the lower tick, offer value through a service-based, because now it's going to be replaced by AI. You cannot set up an agency and offer websites, make money, buy a property, invest in stocks and bonds, and get yourself onto the upper tick of the economy. What do you think about that?
I think the shift or transition from the lower key to the higher, this will stay, and I think will even be easier than ever, because to create value now, when you think about starting a business, you talk about things that is become redundant, like creating a website, but the other things that doesn't exist today that will exist in few years. You're talking about influencers, you're talking about podcasts, content creations, AI printing, AI engineer. Those things that didn't exist a few years ago. So there was a new set of business skills that will come out, and those people will use this to create value and generate wealth, and use this wealth maybe to buy assets, as you mentioned, stocks, bonds, real estate, whatever, and move to the upper. So for me, I'm just saying that it's a transition will happen, is happening, and is because at some point this window was fixed, and there was not that many ways for especially young people to get into this, especially after COVID. Now with the inflation, it was kind of make it harder for young people to be able to have their hands on real estate and stock or all those things, because the traditional way of creating value was kind of stopped for them. But now, because of the shift with AI, everything is like, it's kind of a reset. But what I'm saying to people, this opportunity will not last forever. There is a window, especially for first mover, to understand what is going on, to find your way within this, and to generate wealth. And don't be, please, I'm talking to people, be, I would say, open your mind, observe what is going on, and see where you can find your place and create value. And you mentioned about the creator services and agency. There is all type of things that now is needed or will be needed in the next 2 years, and catch the wave. Find, understand, don't just consume, read, observe, talk to people, find your way, and then find your place, and then find a way to create value within this new world. Because once this will be set, forget it. Next wave will be maybe in 30 years. You get the point?
Yes.
And what I'm seeing also, it's getting to this, is that, and this is a little bit scary for people, is that people that are winning now, that people that was already winning, so now they are using this AI to be more predictive. So what is, okay, I'm going to get back to this. When COVID happened, I had a conversation with someone, and I will get back to the area, you understand. And this is what makes me sad at some point for these people. When COVID happened, I talked to wealthy people, and I said, I know exactly what's going to happen. This COVID, after COVID, you will see the richer will get richer, and the poor will get poorer. And these people, the people that will see this as an opportunity, what's going to be changed? Everyone is moving online. Can I create content? Or now people are consuming more at home, delivery stuff, all those things. And you see, it will just, how we say that, exaggerate, I would say, the gap. And you will say, it's either you make money or you went down during this COVID. And I literally saw it. And I saw me personally skyrocket. My wealth during the COVID went up. So I really pick up on the opportunities. I saw that something was happening, and I was really attentive, and I got this. So my wealth went up. When I saw people that during this COVID, they will only do this. Spend more time on Netflix. More time to order food from Uber. Or more time to chilling. So those people, when you look at it, they're the same people today that's complaining about the inflation. You get the point? Same people today that I remember that say, have you watched this TV series? I did one season in 1 week. People now, they're complaining about inflation. So what I'm seeing with AI now is the same thing. is that the people that make money with COVID, they were already making money. So they just use COVID as an accelerator.
Yeah.
Now AI is the same. There are some people that was already making money. Said, JY, I cut my staff by 30%. I used to do a prototype. It will took me 6 months. Now it's taking me 3 hours.
Mhm.
So they're making more. So what is making me a little bit sad is that the people that are broke on a bad situation, they're not the ones that are seeing this as an opportunity to change their life. They are just consuming more and more and using those tools just to relax. When the people like you and I or other wealthy people, they use this to create more value. So what the feeling that I have with this AI wave, and it was a long response, is that for me, it will just be a COVID or COVID number 2. People that make money, they're just going to be more productive. They will create more. They will have more episodes, more things, more content, more everything. And the one that are consuming, they will just consume more and they will go deeper in the hole. That makes sense? That was a long explanation. So people, they're thinking about decay or those things. For me, I'm like, based on my observation so far, the people that was making money, they're making way more. They are way more productive. And the people that are consuming, they don't understand that now the people that are putting stuff online is so easy. They are putting more than ever. So it's kind of the rabbit hole. So things will consume will be like 10 times more. So you will go
a multiplier.
So we will go even deeper in the hole of consuming.
Correct. Yeah. So, I mean, I've mentioned this before. It's exactly how you put it there now. AI is like money. It is a multiplier. Give money to a happy person and they will be very happy. Give money to a sad person and they're just going to be very, very sad. Give AI to a productive person and they're going to explode. They're going to take that productivity and skyrocket. Do whatever they were doing before times 100, 200. Give AI to a person that is lazy, is typically procrastinating, he will just use that to be lazier.
And it's a good point that you're mentioning, is that it's really good. You say that's why when I say just gonna exaggerate the gap, is like people, they're using ChatGPT so lazy that they don't realize that they just, some people don't. I saw them, or I talked to friends that own businesses. They said, this guy asked for something. He sent me back something that I could just ask within 7 seconds to ChatGPT. So now the person is just showing that now you're relevant, because they still are trying to, yes, use the AI as a co-pilot to create better outcome. You just like do a marketing plan for a car company in New York that's selling Mercedes. Really?
I mean, there are some people, they're not even doing that.
And then they copy paste and then they send it to the boss. I did a marketing plan. So now you just show to your boss that, okay, now you can be replaced by an AI because this is a prompt.
Correct. Yeah.
You understand? So they don't realize. So that's why I say this is going to just exaggerate the gap. And then, people that are productive say, why I'm going to hire this person? Then when I ask him something, instead of just using his brain and make it like a collaboration with ChatGPT, it's just outsource his brain to ChatGPT. I'm going to just direct ChatGPT. So this money will cut, let's say, 100,000 salary. Now she has 100,000 salary less in his payroll. He will be more productive. You maybe had 20%. So he was maybe doing 10 millions. Now you're doing 12 millions. And he removed 100,000. So let's say is a SaaS company is evaluated at 10% of revenue, or let's say EBITDA. So you remove 100,000 and then you just make $1 million on this. Oh no, 5%, 5 times the EBITDA. You did maybe that 500,000, and plus you add the 2 million that you did on extra. So that means you have 2.5 million because of AI. You get the point?
Let's make it even more interesting. I mean, look at what's happening right now in AI. Have you heard of Cloudbot? Now they shifted the name to Moltbot. Moltbot. So maybe you've seen the trends on social media. There's people that are installing this AI agent in their Mac Minis. And you can also deploy it on a VPS, like a virtual server. So it integrates to your WhatsApp or Telegram or whatever, and then you can speak to it. And it is able to operate autonomously based on a command, and it can come back to you, ask questions, carry on working. It's not waiting for you to prompt it. This is, there's some cybersecurity around it. There's a lot of people who are concerned that's why they put it in a closed environment. But it is essentially the replacement of a human employee, because it has the ability to operate to run in an operating system. It can open different applications. It integrates to OpenAI or Anthropic or whatever you want it to integrate to. It can code, it can debug, it can work autonomously based on your command, report to you, and continue working.
What's the name of this again?
Moltbot. This is one of many. This is a single agent assistant. There are others more advanced.
Okay.
Multi-agent.
Perfect. So now I'm going to talk to your audience. You mentioned this app. If you are in a situation that you want to make more money and you're trying to figure out your next move, use this software that you just mentioned. Go 100% sure that in this website they have resources how to master this tool. And you have two choices. Either you try to do it on your own, which I will not recommend, especially if you are in a bad situation, but become an expert. It doesn't cost anything to master this tool. Then think about industries that could benefit from having this, that are heavily human intensive, and go and present them this tool and say, hey, look, I'm Jean-Marie, whatever, I'm an expert at this cloud agent. Typically, we help businesses to reduce their workforce by 20% and get rid of the repetitive tasks that's killing your business. And then we can install you this within 2 weeks, and you will see the benefit within 1 month. Period. That's it.
It's that easy.
That easy. But we mentioned, the tools, but these tools, they're not selling by themselves. They're not installed by themselves. You get the point? There are people that sell those stuff, that call businesses, say, hey, I'm a consultant. I'm an AI consultant, and typically work with people in the car industry to help them to reduce the workforce, automatize some tasks, and ultimately to reduce the expenses. You get one. So there are them people that say that there is opportunity. This is an opportunity. Don't just think about the cons of, oh, AI is coming for us, it's going to kill us. No, there are opportunity. This one, I want to use it for me. I need someone to call me and to explain me how to install it in my business.
So would you say that what is coming next is AI, or operations and fulfillment will be taken care by AI, but if you really want to stay relevant and be successful, you need to master, I wouldn't say marketing, because even marketing now is handled by AI, but rather is it important to learn sales and human influence, the ability to influence other decision makers?
Sales, yes, 100% sales. But also a phrase that I need to repeat, and people probably they already know: you will not be replaced by AI. You will be replaced by someone using AI. That's the things. At the end of the day, the AI is not a monster that was waking up on his own and will do the things. He has to be commanded by someone. Even the app that you mentioned, it doesn't come on your computer like this. You talk about VPS and a Mac Mini.
You have to deploy it.
Someone has to come and do it. You will not do it. You get the point. You will find on Upwork someone expert on cloud, whatever, and then come and install it. So this one you will pay tremendous amount of money because you know what will be the return on investment. So always think AI will not replace you. It's people using AI. So be this person. It's either for you that using and then you replace people or helping people replace people.
Yeah.
That makes sense? So anyway, that was when you mentioned this, I said, definitely
Well
it's gonna achieve this one.
Well.
I will, if someone that listened to this episode, please, the one that you mentioned, go on the website that they 100% you will reach out to the founders team. They say, I really love your product. They say, we have a resource or university now is or we have what's the name is school.com.
Yes.
We have a school.com page. You can go there. We have a lot of resources. They might give you certificates. Some of them I know sometimes they even pay tickets so you can fly to the headquarters, get to know more the product, to become ambassador. Go be this person, especially for the project that you mentioned. But be this person. And then come back to us in a few months and say, I watched this episode.
Yeah.
I heard about this tool. I reach out to them. I get all the resources. I become an expert. They pay me the ticket to come over.
Yeah.
And now look at me. I have like 100 clients plus now. That's it. That's how we create a success story.
It's very much today. The world is your oyster. You can achieve anything you set your mind to because there is no, the barrier to entry has never been lower than today.
So, but this will not last forever.
Yeah.
Those tools, at some point they will have so many experts. It will be packed. So many of those things. So I think the Windows, it will last for a few years. But I would highly suggest to people to act now. Look at what is going on, the needs, the problems, and then say, okay, now I'm going to pick this and I'm really going to be an expert and I'm going to try to bring value to help them to deploy this AI that's going to change the business. And that's it, position myself. But at some point, khalas, those opportunities will be taken by someone.
How do you think the world will look like?
No clue, man.
In 5 years, what would you say? Once the value creations become so easy and everything has been, a lot of things that you can think of would have been implemented now because the implementation is very easy and people will never cease to think. And now even the AI is thinking with the right implementation, executes it in an impeccable way. So where are we in 5 years once everything's been implemented?
Things that we said, person, you will always have something to do. Just be aware. Just be aware of what is going on. Just be don't be just a consumer. Be an active participant. Read, speak, learn all the time. Never stop.
But when creations become so saturated, everything's created.
Happen.
What are you creating?
Opportunities will come. We don't have the answers. Remember when they say Instagram, social media, podcast. We don't know of this. Like we don't know any of this like 2 years ago.
True.
And now look at the opportunities. But you have to be aware. If you are just consuming, you will not even realize the shift. But if you are like you and I, you're an observer, you are like an opportunist, then you will see what's coming. And this is for me the most important. And I realized that I took the elevator to come here. You know, people, they don't realize decades ago, there was someone that was pressing the button. You know this? Before when
the operator, yes.
The elevator operator, no one asked where is this person anymore.
It was an industry.
It was an industry. Yeah. And remember, have you seen those old movies when you were calling and then there was someone that said, okay, Sultan, you need to close to okay, person, she would pick up the wire and then plug it somewhere else. Okay, now we can talk together. Where's this person? We don't know. But does it mean that telecommunication is over? No. Telecommunication is there. It changed. It brought new opportunities, new type of jobs. But the only one that survives, that's the one that was able to adapt. And the world will never stop. The world will never stop. So the only thing is to have this fresh brain, flexible brain. And especially as you get older, don't be these old people that at some point just close their mind. They have the big belly. So now I'm relaxed. Forget about it, man. That's the end. That's the beginning of the end. So that was my advice. I'm not worried about the I'm not worried about any changes. I'm more worried about my mind. Am I open? When someone is coming like the things that you mentioned, what is my posture? And I'm like this. I'm like, interesting. Let me take this and I send it to my guys. Take a look. I really like it. Can you implement it? That's the what is podcast? I really like this setup. How did you get this? Instagram? So what's TikTok? What is it? You know this, and this is how you see people like Grant Cardone, 65, 65 years old. The man is still killing it. Every time you see something, TikTok is already there. Instagram is there. Snapchat is there. So this is I want to be like this in 20 years. That means you will see a new things and I will be there. You get the point? This is for me, if you build this muscle, you will never be out of business. How come? Who's going to put you out of business? Look at Coca-Cola. Look at McDonald's. Look at how many brands I could mention. They've been there for decades and still relevant to them.
So what you're describing there is companies that are they're selling to consumers, right? The way I see it is maybe those are the industries that will outlive others, because us as humans, we're not going anywhere. We still need to eat, drink, live somewhere. Even the AI now is the data centers and the real estate around that. Maybe that's something worth looking into, or doubling down in terms of investing.
And those companies.
Not only I'm talking about those infrastructures.
Yeah, that could be.
If you are to invest somewhere, maybe I'm pessimistic here, but I think that the B2B space is going to take a hit, whereas the B2C space will peak. People will get more comfortable. More comfort means more consumerism. Businesses, a lot of it now will be fulfilled by AI, because the need of a business typically is through services. Certain things that could not be done internally in-house by themselves, certain knowledge, certain software, whereas the consumer is simpler, it's easier.
Yeah. Quite frankly, on this one, it's hard to predict.
Yeah.
If someone tells you exactly what will be the weather in 1 year, are you gonna think this person is serious?
What do you think?
No. For me, this person, she's not serious. That's why it's hard to predict. I like to make bold prediction like this or so, but at the end of the day, no one knows. No one knows, and I think it's the only thing is to be an observer. Always look around what is moving, what are the shifts, to see the signals, and then to understand those signals, and then to see, okay, what do I do now? Goodness, it's like BlackBerry that saw iPhone coming and say, no, we don't do anything. And they will deliver. Or Nokia. So for me, it's like mostly this, and I'm talking about enterprises, but it could apply to people as employees or whatever. But it's always this mindset of when things are changing or new people are coming, how are we going to react? To get the point?
Yeah.
So for me, it's hard to do prediction. I like to think how the world, but I'm mostly, and this is also something they like to say, in 5 years, this was going to disappear. We don't know.
But it's important.
We don't know, but to have yourself ready for what is coming, like COVID.
But that's what the point there you made is you need to be ready. And to be ready, you need to take certain actions
Not
to
ready.
prepare yourself.
I would not say ready, I would say to have the ability to observe what is going on, see the shift. And when you see something that is really like, you see, I think the boat is going that way, you need to act on this.
My opinion is, because I've been thinking about this quite a lot. You either need to be a part of the infrastructure or set yourself apart, let's say, aside from everybody else. You need to stand out somehow if you want to bring value in the future and be of any significance. So what I think is, if you cannot afford to be a part of the infrastructure, a big player, invest in your personal brand. Because if you don't, you will disappear. You will disappear. If you are not bringing in value as someone that is part of the ecosystem, someone that is operating the data centers and something like that, okay, then you want to have people know you, at least your face, what you stand for. Entertain, maybe. But if you don't do any of this, you might just disappear.
That's true. So, but getting back to this is to, when you mentioned to observe, one is, and you said this one is not necessarily say AI will take you place, whatever, but it's just look, things are shifting. And then now it's, if you want to survive and talk about the posture, is that look around, and it's either it's part of the infrastructure, you're a big player, or you are creating like a personal brand to stand out, because otherwise you would just be one of them and you will be just like crumbled by the mass. So now find a way, getting back also to the posture, is that be flexible and be able just to find, either if you want to be a player, a big player, or you just want to create something, a personal brand.
It's that or become irrelevant, huh? I mean, that is a true risk that a lot of people that are just getting started, I know it's a little scary to think about, but if you are not established, you have not built something for yourself, it's also very important to see the situation you are in and the risks that you are running for not taking action. Because if you wait and you don't take any action and you don't have, say, something that already you've invested in, some real estate, something that you can have as a cushion in case something happens, right? You need to take action. You have to take action. Build something for yourself. Because whereas the worst case scenario previously would have been to enter the corporate space and work your way up into a certain designation that pays you handsomely, that might not exist, especially the people that are in our time right now, because they're not equipped for what is to come. If you studied for 4 years, 5 years to become a lawyer, now is your time to reassess, what do I do now with this skill that I learned? Because they educated you not for what we are living in today, right? You have to have these difficult conversations with yourself. If you are at a stage, if you are in your early 20s, and it might not be all rainbows and butterflies.
But to this point, and I think so, I don't know where I heard this, but to the person that will go, let's say a lawyer. That's my word, is a lawyer.
My sister is a lawyer.
Okay, so we lawyers. And getting back to this, I think I will probably have a sit and tell me if what these big players are doing with AI right now, when I'm talking big players, the big firms, and of course they already have something in mind, So how do they see themselves replacing those lawyers? What are they are going to use in order to replace it? And now you have to say, okay, how can I be part of it? Can I become an expert of this transformation? Remember when I said that, look at what is going on and see how you can positioning yourself. Or you say, you know what? I might become relevant as a lawyer, irrelevant, especially for those big firms. So how can I transform myself, still become a lawyer, but with different type of services that I will heavily sit on AI?
Yeah.
And how can I propose in the what I would say, how can I position myself in the market with a specific value proposition? So I will ask myself, it's either what are the big firms are doing to try to replace those lawyers because they're already working on something,
Or what they are not doing, because a lot of them, corporate governance, people think big companies move slow.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that someone at some point still has to ask this question. My job is not guaranteed, especially with AI. So I don't know what I don't know, but I think be a lawyer, I will do my due diligence.
I agree with you.
Just what is going on. Some firms are working on something.
For sure, yeah.
And what are they working on? So can I take something from this? Can I apply it? Can I become an expert of these transformations? Or is like, you know what? I understand what is happening. I will take my skills and I see how can I mix it with AI and create something valuable in the market. But I will do this assessment. I will highly suggest people to, let's say, there is Watson. It's AI from IBM, and they have a model for lawyers that's really, really strong. And some of the AI now, they pass the bar easily. So they're doing better than the lawyer. So now I'll be a lawyer. I say, okay, what do I do with this? To the firm are using this? Is there otherwise they are calling people that don't even use this? So can I be an expert of Watson for law firm? So I can be valuable within the firm? So then I'm a crossroad of a lawyer and a tech evangelist or whatever. Or it's like, forget about this. Maybe I can create my own firm, highly leverage Watson, and instead of getting answers that will take 1 week, I'm super fast and I get them within a few hours. And instead of charging $3,000 or charging $500. So it's you get the point. I will do this assessment.
I would
choose whatever.
Yeah.
How I will positioning myself, become an expert of AI within the law firm, or moving myself, be on my own, and highly leverage this AI.
I would add another point, because this is very important, whether you're a lawyer or anything else. I think that, especially if you're part of a bigger organization, a multinational, these companies typically lag a little when it comes to implementing AI or anything that changes the way the whole organization. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of employees, some millions of employees. So naturally there's a lag. So there is some false safety that I would urge people who are in these big companies to not fall for, because you might think that you are safe. You might get comfortable, but then the clock is ticking. It's just taking a little longer because of the hierarchy that you fall under or within. Take advantage of this lag, of this time that you have, and do what you are referring to. Do your internal dialogue and assessment. Yeah.
But at the end, for me, I'll find it like thrilling because changes happen. So for me, it's good. That means things are changes, opportunity comes. And something that I don't like is when you look at, and when I heard young people that is mostly have a worry position, instead of seeing this as a opportunity, oh my God, things are shifting, they're like worry, and this is killing me. But frankly, I would want to people that watch this episode, be optimistic. change are coming, and change is good. It's rare that you see changes that is not coming with something good. Yeah, they will have some turbulence, but at least you will have opportunities and see the opportunities instead of watching and seeing the glass that is half empty, sit half full. So that's would be my advice. And but because it's killing me, man. You know what you call about the agent? I already have so many things that's going through my mind. You understand?
I'm trying to build a whole team.
This could be like an opportunity of business on its own. And I was like, why people are scared? Be happy, because this is not happening regularly. Like a shift like this, it's happened maybe every 40 years. So anyway.
It's a lot to think about. Now, jumping back to personal, you have something on your LinkedIn that I want to say I found, because the team helped with the research.
I delete, by the way, I delete a lot of things.
Yeah.
And not delete because I had many posts, and then I cleared this off, and then...
There is a post that we found interesting.
Which one?
The one about you have a rule
Yes.
with your wife.
Yes.
That is, after every 12 weeks of hard work, you travel abroad. How does that work exactly? Was it initiated from your end, a mutual thing? This is very interesting. And do you still do it?
First thing, it started when I was in the corporate world, and I was working like crazy to climb the corporate ladder that I did successfully. But also we had project with my wife. We're building apartments, so we're building a nice real estate portfolio. I was helping also my wife to scaling our law firm. So I was still on average 80 hours of work. And at some point we'll burn out, and my wife just say, what's the point of doing all of this which will have no time for us? So then at some point, I don't know where she saw this, but it was a kind of a rule to really set proper times to enjoy life. But if you don't put your marking in your calendar, you will never. So I remember she said, now I'm going to book it in advance. So last quarter 1, quarter 2, 3, 4, and then already book the ticket. So you're obligated to go. You can have say, no, I'm not going to go. Because otherwise, when you say, okay, I will book the ticket, you will not do it. So she will book it in advance. So then, by the time we end up the end of the first quarter, I know, my God, we have to go to to Italy for 2 weeks. And no choice, it's already paid. Otherwise, I'm not having the tickets. Yes. So we're starting to do it, and I realized it was a great plan, a great way to balance work and business and personal life, and then we kept it. And then we just took a break with the baby, and then we restarted this fall. We went to South Korea and Japan for 3 weeks, and then we traveled with the baby.
That's a different experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that was great. That was great, and yeah, I keep it. It's really something that I will recommend to people: is that don't be lazy with your leisure. Take it as serious as you're taking your business. That's one of my main advice. Is that what's the point of working out, making money, if you're not enjoying the life? But this life is super short. And one of my on my Xbox, and probably the one that have the bigger influence on me, is mantra was there is work hard, play harder. You know, so always work like crazy, but after that we will party like crazy. So it was always a balance. So after that, when you finish to party, then it's okay, I can get back to work, because you release everything. But I remember other places, people that we work their ass off, then they never rest. So they're just dying. I'm like, this is not good. Just work hard but play hard, and you really take the leisure, the play as serious as you're taking your business. And this guy, when we were doing party, oh my goodness, he will run this venue, bring this type of musicians, all type of film all the time. Every time we had this big party, he will plan it like weeks before, like he was a serious business. You understand? He will even hire a project manager only for the party. So I was like, okay. So, and every time you will go to this party, you will lose your mind, and then you have the smile for 1 week. And I remember I said, if at some point someday I really scared and I have a big team, we're all in the same place, I will always take the party time as serious as the business. That's my point. So that was a long explanation for this, but this is the reason now we are doing this, traveling every quarter. What about yourself? How do you manage this hard balance between work and enjoying this life?
I think it's important to have someone in your life that can push you to do that as well. That's in the same. That's in the same. Let's say the same mindset when it comes to resting or enjoying, and because if I'm sure that a lot of
What do you mean by that?
personally, when starting the business, especially on your own, if you don't have any co-founders, I fell into just work. And it can be difficult sometimes to look up. You get addicted to the hustle, and you're just fully, let's say, what's the word I'm looking for? Just surrounded by your work. You wake up to work, you work until you go back to sleep. You sleep early just to wake up so you can work a little more. And it's important to take a step back. And it took me some time for me to take a step back and see that there was more to work. And actually, I mean, it's still very related to work, but if you do give your time, or you give yourself time to rest, it will actually help your work. You'll get inspired, you can get better ideas, you can actually achieve more in your work if you give some time to rest, to enjoy. Good ideas come from a good head, a good rested mindset. So I am now learning how to rest and enjoy myself, but I'd be lying if I say it's easy. It does not come naturally, especially if you do it for a long time. It becomes a habit. Work becomes a habit.
But it's not healthy. Quite frankly, of course, I always say to people, take rest. Take rest as serious as you're taking your business. And it's not because you're resting that you're not working. Rest is also part of work. I was doing sports still today, a lot of sports, and I was doing at a high level. And literally, they have planned for rest. Call it active rest, those massage, all those things, cold bath, stretching, all those things. And the rest is also part of the performance. So people think that they are taking vacation, but don't understand that they are resting themselves. They are let the body, the brain recharge. So they think that they are not working, but it's a total help. So that's something I would also say to people, to really take this serious. And talking also about with a friend, also a really successful entrepreneur, and he told me this, and it's marking because this guy is making a lot of money, right? And he told me, Jean-Yves, you know what is the point? What is the most important thing in life about accepted God and health? I say, why? He said, time. Time. That's it. Time is the most important resource. That's why all of these people, the rich people, they are buying other people's time.
100%. Yeah, that was by Henry Ford, wasn't it? His whole philosophy was, when they asked him how do you become wealthy, is master the ability or the skill of managing or multiplying your time through others.
Yes, and yeah, but more than this, it was like, what's the point of adding all of this money if you don't have time to
Mm.
spend it. The most important is to have time. It's to not be busy or stressful. It's to have time. Because this life is so short. Someday we'll wake up and they say, oh, I'm already 60, whatever. I say, oh my God, it went so fast.
And what does that bring us back to?
What do you mean?
Delegation.
Yeah. But you talk about working all the time and all those things. Sometimes it's hard to because the problem is that, okay, getting back to delegation.
Mm. But it still ties to what we were saying.
Yeah. But
Why was I working all the time?
yeah. The thing is that, yeah. Then after that, we can mention it.
Mm.
But some people, they will delegate just to add more on the plates.
Mm.
When some people, they will delegate to have less and more time for them. Because that's the whole point. For me, now I realize I'd rather to have a business that is of doing a little bit less, but have more time. I value time much more, especially now with the baby. So yeah, for me time, and it remind me, and this guy I told you is successful. I'm not gonna mention the numbers, but they're crazy numbers. And the guy said the most important is time. So I try everything in there. It's a different line of business or businesses. I'm just trying as much as possible to remove myself. So it's not trying to add more. He's just trying to remove himself from this and to say now, I don't need to work like more than 10 hours a week. And Tim Ferriss, he said in the 4 hours work week, you know this book?
I haven't read it, but I've, of course.
And this is the things that marked me the most in this book is the 4 hours work week.
Mm.
And he said, do you want to be millionaire or do you want to have the life of a millionaire? This is two different things.
Very different. Yeah.
And he said, you can have the life of a millionaire without being millionaire. And he always getting back to why is a millionaire is to have time. So how you can set up your life to have time. So that's the thing. And people, I think maybe you need to hit them at some point in their life. But the most important is time. They don't realize having time is time with no headaches. Just time to read, drink something, relax, take care of your family. This is the most challenging things to achieve. You get it? Anyway, I was just explaining something.
I completely agree with you, and I think that there's a lot we can dive into that's related to that. I mean, we can dive so much deeper into, I mean, how having more time, you need to be more selfish with your time for you to have more of it.
Yes.
And being selfish with your time can lead to more, let's say, I don't want to say harsh, but more disciplined actions with everything that is happening around you. Because if you are too nice and too accommodating, you might lose that time.
Yeah. That's a phrase that I remember. Always put a limit on what you give, because takers will never put on limit on what they take. So it's not selfish. It just put a limit, because takers, they will always take. They never stop. They grab you attention. They grab you money. They grab you everything that they can't, but they never stop themselves. So that's why it's not selfish. It's just saying that's my limit. I give you 30 minutes.
Boundary.
I have a boundary. I give you this. Halas, I'm done. And I feel good about it, because my time is the most valuable resources. Those minutes that we are spending together will not get them back.
Gone.
They are gone forever. So when you realize this, it's a life-changing realization.
So what is next for Jean-Yves?
Next, good questions, is to make sure that what the venture I'm in right now, the one with the SaaS and the technology company, is to really build great, good products, and especially in those two verticals that I mentioned, the manufacturers and the logistics, to build a portfolio of good product, scale them, have a good service, making sure that everyone is happy, they really love our product and they stick to it on the personal, on the business side. So it's really like build those line of product. We want to build maybe 5 or 4 within those 2 industries. And then on a personal level is to keep being the person that I have, good father, good husband, good friend,
A good neighbor.
a good neighbor, this community that I like, a good neighbor, and a good believer, because I'm a servant also of Allah, God,
Most important.
and trying to do as good as I can. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So what about you there? What's next for you?
I mean, you said it all. I want to continue growing in different areas of my life, my faith, my relationships with family, friends, and people near me, the business, of course.
Okay.
In that order.
That's cool.
Yeah,
You put it in the right order. I like it. You put faith first.
it's easy to fall into
Yeah.
the traps that are set in too many distractions. It's important to keep things in the right order, prioritizing the right things so that they can fuel the right areas in your life. So I want to lean more into that. Just stay in the right path and leave the rest to God. And
And if you get this right, those foundations, they are the foundation for everything. When you mention about the faith, you mention about the relationship, you mention about the health.
Yeah.
Once you have those foundations, then the rest after that you can manage. But if you do the opposite, the business is there, but the faith is unstable, relationship is unstable, the health is unstable. Business will not last. But the opposite, you can do pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I failed to mention health. That's a big one, health and fitness. But I think that goes without saying. I mean, you must take care of your body. That's a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that I have not done as well as I previously did before.
Okay.
And I need to catch myself for sure. And we're having this conversation. I mean, it's good to note that it's the beginning of the new year.
Yeah.
We're just closing January. It's very important that we carry on that note.
By the way, it's super important. This is something I need to mention. Take care of your health, guys. Take care of your health. Don't play with this. Instead, mention the family, we mention the relationship, we mention, but first of all, the faith. You know, you talk about the business, but something people and especially young people, they're not taking their health seriously. They think it's just something granted. Health is as serious as business. It's your engine. Is your body, is the thing that you're using, you are within your body 24/7. And also the brain, not just the body, but the brain. Take some rest, meditations, gratitude, pray. Everything is like, the health is super important. And sometimes I talk to entrepreneurs and I can see they don't taking care of themselves. They're overweight, they have cholesterol, they have diabetes. Hi guys, how are you gonna last? This is what I've been given by God. You have to take care of it. You have to respect it. It's a beautiful engine, but you have to respect it to maintain it. Good food, sports, stretching, all of those things, time to time, massage, but take care of this body and mentally also. Just turn off sometime.
Meditation, prayer is
Prayer is a type of meditation, but take care of your health as serious as you're taking on anything else. This is something really, I think people and I really need to grasp on this. Take care of your health. Hey, I'm not talking about, hey, I'm going to do CrossFit, crazy stuff. As simple as eat properly. Just vegetables, things that have been already given by God. Vegetable, fruits, fish, meat,
keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Stupid. Yeah, understand? Just no more hours of sleep. Don't sleep at 3 hours. It's not good. Try to sleep before 11 p.m. Try to have at least 6 hours of sleep. Just enough. Exercise, go just 40 minutes, 4 times a week. It's many studies. You go just 40 minutes running, just running outside. It costs $0 running outside in a park in Dubai. And you do this 3 times or 4 times a week. It shows that the probability of you dying by a heart attack is like divided by like 10. You see? And the way that you could gain if you don't do this is the same. It's simple stuff, Eating something normal. Just say, when I go to the grocery, let's try to focus on the vegetables, the fruits, meat, fish, as much as possible. Try to, when you have your
It's easier than ever now.
yeah, but when you have your bag of grocery, and even if you are tempted and you don't know what to do, go on ChatGPT, say, can you build me, this is what I like, build me a typical grocery. So I can just copy paste on Noon or Karim, and you will go and they will do the groceries for you. So when you don't have to go to the grocery and to be tempted by any type of shit. So you do this simple stuff, food, simple trainings. The regular stuff, try to have rules, 11 p.m., turn off your phone. Nothing good happen at 11 p.m. and then go to sleep. If you do just those two things,
Things will go right.
things will go right.
Yeah.
And please, last thing, don't overeat. I would say people don't overeat. You don't need more than 2 meals a day, quite frankly. I'm 200 pounds. I'm 6 foot, and I don't eat more than twice a day.
So you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, you do.
Still, don't overeat. It's not good. So that would be my my advices, and try to stay away as much as possible from processed foods. It's good to have it time to time, but think about your week. I like the app Kali to scan what you're eating, and it gives you the macros. Try as much as possible to stay to those, man. Those 4 that I mentioned, it's try to be as simple as possible, because health is not taken enough seriously by the young generation, and I would say by the majority of people, and it's
Very good advice. And for the people who want to connect with you for your business, for example, I'm sure there's a lot of people in logistics and manufacturing.
Manufacturing and logistics. And if you want to connect with me, there are 2 ways. You can go on LinkedIn. So it's Jean-Yves Cadeus. So Cadeus. So anywhere, I think you will put my my name somewhere, so people, they can find me. Or you can go to our website, is Qana Flow, QANAFLOW.com. So it's our website, so you can go there. There is a link to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you and to see how we can help you.
Thank you for being here today.
That's it, man. That was great to see you, man. It's a wrap.